Today we're going to talk about installing Plex Media Server directly on a Synology NAS. Before we start, I'm going to go into Package Center. You will notice that Plex Media Server is listed with the app being in the contributor sector. This means that these are third-party apps that Synology, after having verified them through their process, includes them in the list. I'm going to click here and I'm going to take note of the version. It is 1.41. Furthermore, I am going to go into Control Panel and I'm going to choose Info Center, and under General I have a lot of details about my Synology. The item that interests me is the CPU. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to open a browser, and as you will see here, I type the question. Describe the AMD Ryzen version number, which I got from the Synology. Is it 32 or 64-bit? And the AI gave me the answer, so I know that my Synology NAS, the CPU, is a 64-bit CPU. The third item I'm going to take is the DSM version I have. And here I have DSM 7.3. Having done that, I'm now going to go into Plex and go into Downloads. And I want the Plex Media Server. And I want the Synology DSM 7.22 Plus. Mine was 7.3. The version that is available directly from Plex is a later version, 1.43 instead of 1.41. The lag normally happens because of the approval process in Synology. I'm going to download this package and install it manually. The next question I have is the package type. And here I have a package for ARM version 7, 8, and Intel. We know that this is an AMD Intel 64-bit. And I'm going to choose that package. If I had an older DSM 7, you would see that here the information is slightly different. So your case could vary. Having done that, I'm now going to go into my Synology. I'm going to go back into package and I have the option to manual install, and I'm going to go into where I downloaded my package, open that and say next. That's going to be read into the Plex, after which you will have to agree that the package involves third-party developers that are not verified and that you are responsible with this. I'm going to go with a normal installation and I'm going to click done. And let's wait for the installation process to take place. The installation has been successful and now I have a set of instructions that tell me that if Plex cannot access my media, verify that Plex Media Server is granted permission in the control panel. And this is the part we're going to walk through now. It would have been great if I could copy and paste this, but if you need to have a guide, just use Snippet tool. I'm going to say OK, and I have Plex Media Server running. What I'm going to do now is I am going to create a location where Plex will be able to access the media. There is a Plex Media Server folder, but as you can see, I have a note. Please do not place any media files here. So I'm going to create my own directory. In my case, I have media which I watch and then delete. So I need to be able to give Plex the right to delete the media. Go into Control Panel, Shared Folder. I'm going to create a shared folder. I'm going to call it Plex Media. I like it that both of them be under each other. They'll be close to one another. Media for the Plex Media Server. I don't need to hide because I'll probably need to access it to place media in it. I don't need to enable a recycle bin. Once I delete it, it can go. And I'm going to go with the next. I don't need any form of protection, encryption, and write once. If you have media you don't want to have deleted, that could be a check you want to enable. Again, I don't need checksumming. Most of the stuff you choose here, once you enable, it's a bit of overhead. Overhead, for a Plex Media Server of consume and throw, I really don't need that. So I'm going to go with next, and I'm going to hit next. Now here I have local users, but the Plex Media Server is a system account. I'm going to give Plex Media Server read-write access to the folder Plex Media and say save. Likewise, if there are folders I want to give read-only access, I'm going to go here and set read-only. Under Plex Media, I can create a folder. I'm going to call one movies. I'm going to create a folder called other, and I'm going to create a third folder called TV. Having done that, we're going to open Plex Media Server, and I'm going to sign in to register it with Plex. I'm going to keep it a service Synology, and I'm going to add media libraries. I'm going to start with movies. I'm going to add a folder. Volume 1 is where I have Plex Media. To move things along, I'm going to add another library, TV shows, next, browse for media, and this will be TV, add library, other videos, next, and this will be other. Okay, I'm going to add and photos, next, browse, volume 1. It is photos backup. And that's next. So it's done. Now if I go into Plex, you will see that I have the interface because I've registered, and you will see also that if I go TV shows, I am a service Synology, that is the name which I gave, and it's empty because there isn't anything. I have a movie from the Internet Archive. I'm going to go into my Synology, find the folder, Plex Media, and I'm going to place it in Other. And if I go into Library here, you will see the video that has come up, and I can play it. That is basically the approach you would use. So, in summary, take note of your Synology. If you install the one on Plex, there is a likelihood that it's going to be a lesser version. So, in your case, you can opt to download the later version directly from Plex, install. That creates a service account called Plex Media Server. Set up a directory where you want to place your media. Media can be of two types, read-only or read-write. When you have read-write, you can delete that media. Finally, once you've done that, you need to go into the service account, which is not a normal user. You go there, and from there, you give the service read and write permissions. Hope you enjoyed this. If you like, please like, share and subscribe. It helps me, it helps the channel, and encourages me to do more videos. Thank you, and take care.